Panicking and tilting are problems that many players suffer with in Fortnite, and are possibly the things that hold back players from placing the most. You could have insane aim and mechs when practicing on creative bots, but then as soon as you're faced with a real opponent, you miss all your shots and edits. You could also be an insane fighter in creative, but then crumble under the pressure in ranked or tournaments. So in this video, I'm going to be going over how to stay calm and stop panicking in Fortnite. So, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to mention is something that I haven't seen a lot of other people talk about, and it's removing yourself from the game. When playing Fortnite, it's really easy to get completely absorbed and forget that it's a video game, that you're not really there. Bringing yourself back to reality means it's much easier to focus mentally on what you're doing in the game, and helps with not getting tilted, allowing you to play better. It also helps to remember that your opponent is in exactly the same situation as you, sitting in front of their PC or console and trying to beat you, just as you're sitting in front of your PC or console trying to beat them, so they're not inherently better than you. This change in mindset could greatly improve your performance in game, so I'd strongly suggest you remind yourself of this regularly while playing ranked or tournaments. My second point is simply just to ensure you've had enough sleep before you play, so preferably 8 hours every night. If you haven't slept enough, it's much harder to focus on the game, and therefore you're much more likely to panic, and it leads to being more overly emotional, which makes it more likely you'll tilt and be unable to perform at your best. Your mechs and aim also won't be as sharp as if you'd had enough sleep, which means you won't be able to fight as easily and might get tilted more easily. To prevent panicking, you need to continue to practice mechs and aim. Your mechanics and aim may be at a good enough perceived level to fight when you're free building by yourself or doing aim practice in creative, but both of these aspects of your game deteriorate significantly when you're panicking. This means you need to drastically raise your skill in these areas, so that when you panic in high pressure situations, even though they won't be as good as when you're by yourself, they'll be at a good enough level to fight with. If you perfect your mechs and aim in a low pressure environment, you'll see drastic improvements in high pressure environments, and at that point you can work on other aspects of your game. Something that could be really helpful to prevent panicking is VOD reviewing your own gameplay to determine what you do wrong. Although this may seem like it wouldn't directly help with panicking, it helps you to understand your mistakes and determine what you should have done in the situations in which you've died. This means you'll have more confidence when faced with the same situations again, allowing you to stay calm. Additionally, understanding the reasons you died can help with stopping you from tilting, because it means you recognise that you're to blame for how you died, so there's nobody else to be annoyed at. If you understand where you went wrong and have something tangible to build on, it could prevent you from being annoyed and blaming external factors for your death. The final and most important point I'm going to make in this video is just to practice the game. Your practice should progress in levels, with there being 3 main levels after training mechs and aim, which I've already discussed earlier in the video. Level 1 is fighting in creative, whether that be 1v1s or FFAs. I'd recommend doing realistics, or my personal favourite map is Martos Turtle Fights, because this has a heavy aim and piece control focus, 2 things that are integral to fighting in real game situations. Practicing in creative will build the foundations of skills to stay calm while fighting. After you're confident with fighting in creative, and you've minimised the amount you panic and tilt while fighting in creative, move on to level 2, which is playing ranked. By doing this, you're transferring your skills from creative into real games, which is incredibly difficult for most people, because they're much more likely to panic in real games due to lower FPS, higher ping, and the risk of third parties. For this reason, this stage of progress in eradicating panicky gameplay will take the longest, but you'll get through it eventually. Pros haven't got to the insane level they're at today by magic, they've had to go through these exact same steps. When you're 100% confident in your skills and ranked, and you can stay completely calm while fighting, move on to level 3, which is playing scrims. Scrims are the highest level of practice, other than tournaments obviously, but they're the most important thing to play to reduce the amount you're panicking in tournaments, because there's so much pressure on you in endgame that you have to stay calm in order to succeed. The more you play scrims, the more you'll get used to the stacked, low FPS, high pressure environment, allowing you to succeed more often in tournaments. Scrims also provide the perfect opportunity to VOD review and understand your gameplay further to build confidence. So, overall, preventing panic in Fortnite is down to building a greater understanding of the game through VOD reviewing to build confidence, and getting valuable experience in order to stay calmer in high pressure situations. I hope you've enjoyed the video and that you can use these tips to improve. I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.